In a world full of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, Bitcoin offering insane opportunity, Cardano much of the same. Some might say once in a lifetime. But what do I know? I am just an optimist. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe on the way in. Let's jump into the video. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Let's start with Bitcoin. We'll pivot to Cardano. This is Bitcoin on the daily, zoomed in, just to give you an idea. There it is. There's kind of this downtrend we've been in. This is from February 15th. This is till now, 15 to 20% to the downside, testing really a higher low Fibonacci support, right? So there's a swing low to swing high down to the support area. Will it hold? We can track that. There are some deeper things I want to talk about, though. It's opportunity in the midst of fear. It's opportunity in the midst of struggle, challenges, and hurdles. This is life. This is literally the name of the game, everybody. And I'm not trying to be overly bullish or offer hopium. There's more downside in play. It's there on the charts. We've been talking about it before even this downtrend started. But let's start here. The fear and greed index is sitting at 20. It's extreme fear. I think we can see that very clearly. Google Bitcoin news. It's all about bearish headlines. That's where we are. That's the state of crypto. It's getting the clicks too. Bitcoin is near a bear market, maybe stuck until 2025. Google World News. It's very bearish. It's very bleak. It's very negative. There's so much unknown right now. There's so much unknown with crypto stuff. What's the executive order going to look like for crypto? There's so much unknown with Russia and in the world and in traditional markets. It's crazy, and it could get worse. And we need to explore what that looks like. But in the midst of that, there are fundamentally bullish things happening. I really like this Twitter, watcher.guru. It's just nonstop, almost every hour, it seems, bullish news. Sling TV now accepts, crypto as a payment method. Spotify hiring back-end engineer to manage company's expansion into metaverse. Puma changed their name on Twitter to Puma.eth. It's like nonstop bullish news. Like, you can just scroll through here and just read all this bullish announcements. So how do we navigate? And for me, it's very simple. I need a visual roadmap so that I can gather my thoughts unemotionally and just stick to a plan. And this is what it looks like. This is the zoomed out weekly on Bitcoin. And this is something I noticed, and I mentioned this in the Twitter spaces, not last week or something. I feel very much like right here. When Bitcoin was hovering around 6,000, it was up, it was below. It was is there support? It was extremely a weird time because I think everybody knew it could continue down, right? Exactly how it did, actually, this insane capitulation. But there was so much hope that it just wouldn't, that the bear market was over and it would just finally go up. And it's very unknown at the end of the day. We weren't in this bullish momentum where there's so much confidence. It wasn't like that, obviously. And this is what happened. We dipped real big to the bear market low. And on this weekly, it's a 200-week moving average. And then we had COVID. A huge dip, 50% dip, from this weekly candle below the 20-week moving average. Boom, 50% dip or so, down to the 200-week moving average, that red line again. And we've talked about the 200-week moving average being a potential area for Bitcoin to revisit, the $20,000 area for that next macro high or low. And with the state of the world right now, if things get crazier and more unknown, and there is a capitulation environment like we've experienced in, say, the bear market low or in COVID swing low, or you can zoom out, Bitcoin hit the 200-week moving average all the way back here in 2015. If we make our way down there, in my view, it's just opportunity, and it's something to be prepared for. It really is. It's something to be prepared for. If we're looking at this chart, I just want to note something. In this entire, and I'm not taking it from this all-time high here, but in this entire consolidation that Bitcoin's been in from this April swing high, and look, it's very sideways, between $30,000 and $70,000, just sideways consolidation. If you look at it from the bull market high of 2017 to this very similar unknown time, the consolidation is very, very similar, and it's illustrated perfectly on the RSI on the weekly. You can see Bitcoin from the all-time high to that consolidation right here on the RSI momentum oscillator. And you can see Bitcoin from this RSI swing high to where it is right now on the RSI, it's consolidation. And this is the room we have for this huge drop off in case of an influx of fear, something crazy happening in the world, something crazy happening with regulation, whatever it is, a huge drop off is in play. But historically, if it happens, this is a very big opportunity zone. And I think it's something to prepare for, because if it happens, it'll be quick. And I very vividly think of the COVID swing low, because there's a couple reasons. Number one, it was a huge dip, right? So let's take it from that 20-week moving average down to that wick. It's like 50% dip. And number two, if you were zoomed in on this and you were really living in the moment, it almost seemed like it was not going to end. It almost seemed like it could not turn around and things would like just not be bullish ever again in the world and in crypto. And look how quickly that story changed. Look how quickly that changed. And it was this time of fear, insane mass fear, was single-handedly one of the best opportunities in crypto. If we get into an environment like that, be ready, everyone. 50% dip, I don't know, maybe not. 50% dip, by the way, from where it is, something similar to that COVID swing low of capitulation, brings us very close to that 200-week moving average, around 20, so slightly below 20. That could be a wick below the 200-week moving average. Be ready for it is all I'm saying. We can dig deeper into technicals, but that's really what I wanted to talk about in terms of Bitcoin. In terms of Cardano, this is Cardano on the charts. This was me in December 10th, 2021, talking about, check it out. And it is what it is on the 6-hour chart. We talked most recently, we're in this rising, or you can call it an ascending broadening wedge with an 80-cent target to the downside. That's 80-cent target to the downside. So I'm not showing that to pat myself on the back. Probably in the same video we talked about upside targets, I'm sure. The reason I'm showing you that is because, number one, it's all about being prepared. And if we can be prepared, we have a plan. And number two, when we're looking at these targets, they take a while to play out. So this was December 10th, 2021. Over 2 months ago, and here it is on the weekly, finally, Cardano approaching that target. I mean, it's almost essentially there, right? In terms of the target being hit. We were just at 84 cents. We can go to a daily chart. We can get a sense of what it looks like. Look at it. Cardano is right above that target. And you know, if you've been watching these videos, we've had targets. We've been tracking targets to the downside of 80 cents, obviously, right here. And also the symmetrical triangle that I've been tracking, which is a target down to the 50-cent range. What's interesting about that 50-cent target is this. Let's go to the weekly chart. 50-cent target down here around the 200-week moving average. We were literally just talking about Bitcoin on the weekly, potentially visiting that area at the 200-week moving average. And it's interesting to see the confluence of the weekly moving average here on Cardano with a pattern breakout target to the downside. I think I've been saying I don't want these targets to be hit. I really don't, right? I want to see Cardano make a bullish reversal. I want to see it start trading higher highs, higher lows, all-time highs. I'm in that boat with you, everybody. But these are the times that we just have to live through. We have two choices. We can successfully live through them by pursuing these challenges with a mindset of opportunity, and we can win coming out the other side. Or we could just complain about it. We can be negative about it. We can be pessimistic about it. We can miss the opportunity because we're too stuck in a mindset of negativity. So those are the two choices. And I think based on the comments that I see in the comment section, like I can see who is who. I can see the winners. And I'm telling you, on the macro, Cardano is probably right now the best opportunity in crypto. It really is. Just the fact that it's a top 10 cryptocurrency, and the fact that combining that with how oversold it is as a top 10 and how underestimated it is and the ecosystem being built on it and the altcoins that are being offered on Cardano, the Cardano opportunity is insane to me. And I'm trying not to oversell that because it's just something I'm excited about. I'm genuinely excited about it, and I see it. And I really think when we're looking back on these charts in the future, I think we'll be proven right there. I don't know for sure. I could be completely wrong. But Cardano, similar to Bitcoin, has cooled off even more on this momentum oscillator from this high back in February. This is a year long of downtrend on the momentum oscillator. Could there be a capitulation to 50 cents? 50 cents or below? Potentially there could be, everybody. Be ready for it. But what does that look like in a world where Cardano's consolidated for a year on the momentum oscillator and enters territories lower than it's ever been on the weekly momentum oscillator? What could that possibly mean? And from a risk reward perspective, I just think the reward factor down here is so big. Maybe it takes a little patience, but I just think it's so big. So the areas I'm waiting for, and we've been talking about it, you all know, is the 80-cent area right here down to the 50-cent area. This is kind of the intriguing area for me to start buying, like a little heavier, I would say. I mean, that's kind of been my thought. 50 to 80 cents, buy heavier for me. Everybody's plan is different. That has been my strategy because in that range, we're hitting between two targets that we've been talking about on the macro. But in that range, Cardano is oversold in territories that just have proven to be good buying opportunities. So that's my general mindset. That's my general approach. And I think it'll work out, especially if you can zoom out on the charts and be patient through maybe a week's, months of volatility. But patience will, I think, prove to pay off in the longer term when we're zoomed out on this chart. It's been my experience thus far. Yes, crypto, altcoins, Cardano, yeah, it's volatile. It can go down big time. But it's been my experience, it doesn't just keep going. And it's the same to the upside. When people they have that fear of missing out and they're just buying all-time highs, it's because they have that feeling it's going to keep going, right? And it's the same to the downside. People have that feeling it's just going to keep going. It's failing. It's done. It's over. But it doesn't. Things turn around, whether it's bullish or bearish. They tend to just turn around to the other direction. But I see the long-term trend of Cardano, and I see what's being built right now. It has a top 10 ecosystem, and that's only going to continue to grow. It's leading in transaction volume. I think again today we're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but we can check that out. And just so much more, everybody, that is being built with Cardano. So going back to the daily, there it is. You might be like, Dan, I'm waiting for 20 cents. Dan, I'm waiting for 30 cents. Well, that's fine. That is totally cool if that's where your comfort level is. I want to say this. Maybe Cardano doesn't even fall in here. What if right now it reverses and you're like, dude, Dan, you might miss out. You might miss out on that heavy buy, Dan. Well, you are completely right, but I've accepted that and I'm completely cool with that. I'd be very happy actually if I didn't get a chance to scoop up Cardano 50 to 80 cents. I'd be happy right now if Cardano bounced here and just started taking off. We're at $2, by spring. I'd be happy. But I am 100% okay if we continue falling further. This isn't the first time I've survived a bearish move like this on the macro, and it probably won't be the last. So this is all about identifying opportunity in the midst of the hurdles and the challenges and the tough times, because it's tough times, everyone. It really is. And there's a lot of unknown. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, obviously, but time will certainly tell. That is for sure. Opportunity, I think, is before us on these charts. I think it's not financial advice. It's my opinion. Everybody, you know that. But either way, I'm here with you. I'm giving you a nice little pound. I'm here with you. We're getting through it. This is crypto. It's the state of crypto. It's the journey of crypto. I think many of you know that. And I appreciate each and every one of you that are on this journey with me. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.